D-Pad is just us talking about video games. We played any video games this week. This will be a short segment, much of the time, this week especially. I didn't play a ton. I have a little bit to talk about. You said you had something?
I have one.
Why don't you go ahead and do yours?
Okay. So I got a new phone, which is an Android, and I specifically want an Android because it can run Game Boy Advance emulators. I have a game on it that I've had before on my computer and stuff called yu-yu-yakusho Tournament Tactics, which is based on an anime called Yu-Yu-Yakusho. It's a... I'm trying to remember what these are called. They're like strategy RPGs. It's not where you stand in the line and like attack. It's all more chess-like, where like you move your characters and then you hit to attack. And
Yeah.
I can't think what those are called, but it's one of those. It's a very stripped-down one of those. It's not super advanced or complicated. It's pretty easy.
Isn't that just considered like turn-based strategy? Like
turn-based strategy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for. Yep. Sorry.
Cool.
I kept thinking real-time strategy. I'm like, it's not real-time strategy.
Yeah.
So it's turn-based strategy. I really like it as a... I like to do something with my hands.
Yeah.
So I'm watching TV. I like to have a game on my phone to play. And the problem is most free phone games are things like Tetris, or I played this Adams game, and those are games that you have to keep looking at. Turn-based strategy, I can watch 2 minutes of an episode and be like, okay, I'm going to move over here. And then it's the perfect game to play while you're doing something else. It doesn't really take a lot of energy or effort. It's not particularly hard or advanced, and if you like turn-based strategy, it's not like great. It's a real stripped down, like almost children's version of it, but it's fun to just kill time with. So it's a fun game that I'm sure no one's ever talked about ever before. It's fun.
Well, since you opened with a phone game, I guess I'll go to my phone game.
Okay, and I'll have a phone game next week.
I want to talk just briefly about Power Rangers Legacy Wars, which I've gotten back into.
Oh, have you gotten back into it?
I mentioned it once or twice on the channel, but I've never actually reviewed it in any way. So I'll talk about it for a minute. They have really improved on that game.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, there's been some massive updates, and I'm really impressed with it. They've added some really neat characters. The actual fights are faster now, which is really nice, and they don't look as glitched out at the end. It used to be like you fight. So this game is one of these like swipe fighters. So it's got like you can swipe your character right or left to move them around and try to dodge things and go back farther. If somebody shoots a projectile, it'll go through you if you're moving. And you have cards that you play in order to do moves, and it's kind of move counter move, and it's not turn based, but there's certain points where you can play your cards and certain points where you can't, and you have to let your meter climb, and you just have to time things well. There's plenty of strategy to it. You can kind of button mash, but there is strategy. And it took me a while to get used to that kind of thing. I didn't really think I cared for it at first, but I'm starting to really enjoy it. And it used to be that at the end of a fight, and you're always playing against real people, at the end of a fight, it used to be that it would kind of like glitch you out wherever you were standing. All of a sudden, you would like glitch out to the other sides of the screen, and it always did that. And now it doesn't do that. It just cuts to you win or you lose, and like they've gotten smarter about it. It looks really good. But they've added Megazord Fighting finally.
Have they?
And that's awesome. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's my favorite thing on it now, and it almost plays like a separate game. It doesn't. It seems like your stats and things are kind of like disconnected from that. I'm not sure how they're going to be linked ultimately, and it's playing almost like a beta thing so far. I keep earning. I just started playing with the Megazord bit today. I keep earning like Zords, and there's not any place where I can use where I can go to my list of them and look at them. So I don't know what they're for yet or what I'm supposed to. Right now I just have a Dino Megazord, and everyone I'm playing has just that Megazord. Nobody's been able to build another Megazord yet, or nobody that I fought yet, so it's just the same Megazord over and over again. But I keep getting Zords from other Megazords, all the way around. But I actually think that fighting is kind of more fun. There's more variety to moves, and I'm getting in a better rhythm with it. I've won almost every fight I've done with the Megazords. The actual ranger fighting is interesting. It's always one lead character and two support characters, and the choices for lead characters are sometimes kind of strange. Where it's not like all like Red Rangers or whatever, like they're your leaders, and then you have all these auxiliary people. They have like random ones, and they have auxiliary characters that are also lead characters, but they play as separate, so you can have them both on a team, and that's weird. And you can mix rangers with villains, which seems just kind of like almost like anti the idea of Power Rangers to me. So it's kind of just, isn't it fun to mix and match? And if that's all they're going for, I guess that's fine. But it's really strange that you would have duplicates of the same character on a team. I don't really care for that. And there are characters that you would think would have lead versions already that don't, and then ones that you're like, how in the world is that a lead character? They have a leader that is a 2017 movie putty. How is that a team leader? I don't understand that. It might be fun if you could have two auxiliary putties and play with nothing but putties, but you can only have one auxiliary putty. So I don't really understand that. It's really strange. It's bizarre. They're actually kind of fun to play with. Like they just started doing that. I hope they put in like an old school putty at some point. They haven't done that yet. But anyway, I haven't got my Lord Zed yet. I'm still waiting to unlock.
You still haven't gotten Lord Zed?
Still haven't gotten Lord Zed. No, I have an auxiliary Goldar, but I don't have a lead Goldar yet. So that's unfortunate. That's annoying. I think I'm at like level 6 or 7. I stopped playing for a while, and I just now got back into it, and it's getting addictive again. I'm having a lot of fun with it. So I don't know if anybody's playing that. Let me know, because I think we can link up and stuff. But
that's cool.
Yeah, I'm enjoying that. I'm going to talk about a couple other games real fast. I got to sample very briefly at Target Mario Odyssey.
Oh.
And I'm just so stoked for that game. I got to play part of the desert level. And it is a perfect amalgam, what I'm seeing so far, between it's coming out this week, and I'll get that and hopefully play through a lot of it and talk about it next time. And I may do some playthrough, but I should mention, I finally bought my Switch a few weeks ago, and I just have Mario Kart right now, so Jason and I have been playing Mario Kart. But I had a lot of reservations and early criticisms, and I'm loving that system. I'm just loving it.
That's what I'm hearing from pretty much everyone that's played it.
Yeah, it's just so versatile. It's sleek, it's simple, it's not hard to pick up and figure out, and but it's powerful. It does so much stuff, and it's really cool to have a system that you can take with you to a restaurant and just set up and have one controller that turns into two controllers. Those tiny controllers are way more comfortable in your hand than you would think they are.
I still haven't gotten to play it yet, because that was my big concern. Is I'm like, these feel really small.
Yeah, and they are, but I'm not having a problem with them. They're pretty easy to use, and yeah, I'll get it out and we'll play with it.
Cool.
But anyway, so I played a little bit of Odyssey. I got to play the desert level, and it is a perfect amalgam of 64 and Galaxy. I mean, it feels like a fusion of those things, and with, of course, this kind of, as far as I can tell, sort of massive open world component. I don't know how open world it is, but there was this giant landscape you could explore, and then they had like desert Goombas, they had like sand Goombas. That was kind of fun. And then Jason and I were playing it not together, obviously, but we were kind of trading off. You go up to a wall, and it's got an original Mario level painted on the wall, and then you go into a tube and it puts you in the wall, and it's one of the coolest ways I've seen 3D go to 2D. Because like we do this kind of thing a lot in these sorts of Mario games, but it was just really fun that like you like go into the wall and you become flat, like you become a flat 2D original 8-bit Mario level.
That was a big mechanic in the 3DS Zelda game.
Was it?
Yeah, it was that.
But is it flat on the wall like that?
Yes, it's flat on the wall.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
I really dug that.
That was their big innovation on that game.
Pretty challenging platforming, right at the gate. You know what I played of it, but I played for like 5 minutes, so that's about all I've got to say about it. I've been going back and replaying through Donkey Kong Country Returns, which of course I absolutely love, and I'm surprised by how good the simultaneous co-op on that game is. Jason and I are both playing that together, and it does a really good job of making it easy to not get stuck by by the other person you're playing with. For the most part, every now and again, the camera gets weird where you'll get stuck where you really need to get somewhere, but the other player, he could be standing still. It just wants to follow him and not you. It doesn't do that very much. Most of the time, it works incredibly well. And I don't remember playing it that way before, so it's really fun that that's working. And Jason's picking up on it real fast.
Oh, cool.
So that's a challenging game. We're already through like halfway the second map. So
that's awesome.
So that's pretty cool. And that's about all I want to talk about for D-pad. So that's D-pad this week. There's our video games.
I don't think we said in the beginning it was called D-pad, did we?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
We sure did, Eric.
Okay.
But we will, and I mean, yeah, we can review games that don't have D-pads on the D-pad.
Yeah, well, and we should say that this show is going to be modular, so if we don't play any video games, D-pad just won't be here.
It just won't happen,
Chances are we'll watch TV and movies every week, but maybe not. Maybe we don't have any movies one week.
Maybe not, and we might have weeks where it's this segment is just super short, or like I played one thing.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to play something every week.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I'm not a huge gamer.
Something,
so.
yeah. So this might be, my segment more than anything. But anyway, so that is D-pad for this week. Thanks for watching, folks.